Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all are fine. So today our topic is transitive and intransitive verbs. Now as you'll see, the verb is categorized into two types, the main verb and the helping verb. Now main verb means what? Main verb is again being categorized into the transitive and intransitive verbs, and the helping verb, as you all know, is again categorized, that is MR, and the modal auxiliary verbs, that is can, could, may, might. This is just a table. We will be able to understand what do you mean by the transitive and the intransitive verbs when we go through the examples. Now we are going to learn what? Transitive and intransitive verbs. So let us move ahead with that. Now transitive verb means what? First of all, the definition says a verb which has an object that receives an action to complete its meaning in the sentence. The verb should have object, or in the other words we can say when the verb answers the question, that is what and whom, it is called as transitive verbs. The verb should have what? Certain object to receive the action and complete the meaning. This sentence will be understood by taking the example. Now, what I said earlier is that transitive verb requires what? A direct object. Now, she likes what? She is the subject. Like is the verb. Chocolate. She likes what? She likes chocolates. So this verb is answering what? She likes what? So she likes chocolate. So the transitive verb answers the question of what and whom. That means the simple way is what? To ask the verb the question, and if it answers in the form of what and whom, then only it is a transitive verb. Now in the transitive verbs example, could you bring me an umbrella? Bring what? Umbrella. They bought what? A yacht. I read all his books. I read what? I read all his books. He teaches driving. What does he teach? Driving. You promised me to take us home. Who promised? You promised. What do you promise? To take us home. She plays what? She plays the drums. So whenever the verb, these are in the green color, these are all the verbs. So these are answering what? So whenever the verbs are answering what and whom, they are known as the transitive verbs. Now coming to the other type, intransitive, a verb which does not have an object to receive the action to complete its meaning in the sentence is called an intransitive verb. So here the verbs which do not answer the question of what and whom, they come under the category of intransitive verbs. That means they do not have object, and plus they do not answer, the verb does not answer what and whom. For example, he laughed loudly. He laughed, correct? But it is answering, the verb is answering how did he laughed? He laughed loudly. So it is not answering how. Yes, it is answering how? It is answering how. It is not answering what and whom. Got the difference? The verb he laughed is answering how he laughed. The subject is, he is subject, laughed is the verb. So it is answering that how, not what and whom. So it is intransitive. It does not require any direct object. So it is intransitive. Now few more examples. She hesitated for a moment. They skate beautifully together. They skate. How they skate? Beautifully. The baby is sleeping. The wind blew hard. The spark plugs fired. The water is running. Now what is running? Water is running. Now if I take into these examples, for example, if I take the population grew. Now grew, now it is answering what? If I take into the examples, these examples, now see, look at this example. The first one, they are the intransitive verbs. She hesitated for a moment. She hesitated for a moment. They skate beautifully together. Answering how? The baby, what she's doing? She's sleeping. But it is not answering what and whom. So these are all intransitive verbs, examples of intransitive verbs. So one more time we will read out the meaning. A transitive verb is the verb that denotes an action that passes over from the doer or the subject to the object. Action is being passed from the doer to the object. Transitive verb requires object to complete its meaning. Thus, when a verb has an object, it is transitive verb. The cat licked my foot. The gardener painted what? A sapling. But when you look into account the intransitive verb, it expresses the state or being. The action does not pass to the object. An intransitive verb does not take an object. Thus, when the verb does not have any object, it is the intransitive verb. The new girl is intelligent. This band sings melodiously. It is answering how, or whatever the verbs don't answer, whichever verbs don't answer what and whom, they come under the category of the intransitive verbs. Now the assignment time. Now what are you supposed to do here is pick out the verbs in the following sentence and state whether they are transitive or intransitive form of verbs. Now for example, the first example is given to you all is Michael Faraday was born in a dirty London suburbs. Now what is the verb here? Was born. And then which type it is? Intransitive. Why? Because Michael Faraday was born. The answering where? Was born in a dirty London suburb. So it is intransitive. You appear to be. Now smart. Which type this is? Does it have any object? The emperor has answered your prayer. The emperor has answered what? So the doer or the subject has got object or not, that you have to identify and then you have to write it here. Okay, children? Hope you all have understood the transitive and the intransitive form of the word. Thank you, students. God bless you all.